The Conservation Farm Award is jointly presented by ERCA and the Essex Soil and Crop Improvement Association to the farming operation which best displays conservation-minded farming practices. The farms are graded on tillage practices, crop rotation, chemical use and storage, knowledge of fertility programs, best management practices, and overall farm maintenance. This year's winner is Cooper's Hawk Vineyards. Owned and operated by Tom and Katie O'Brien and Debbie and Dave Malash, Cooper's Hawk Vineyards has established many conservation practices on their fields over the years. Over 7,000 trees have been planted on 8 acres in the forms of shelter belts and windbreaks, and a 3-acre wetland was constructed. Cooper's Hawk hosted a community planting event to establish native wetland plants, prairie seed, shrubs, and trees on the berms around the wetland. The remaining area was surrounded with native trees and shrubs, prairie grasses, and forbs. The vineyards are tended using minimum herbicide application and a compost made from the byproducts of the winemaking process as a soil amendment, as well as annual applications of spent mushroom substrate from highline mushrooms. Field management practices on their grain fields incorporate minimum and no-till management systems with cover crops to reduce soil erosion and promote soil health. An adjacent creek is protected and buffered with a 30-foot riparian grassed strip. The field tile outlets, constructed with riprap stone, are regularly maintained. Funding from the Clean Water Green Spaces program and the Essex County Stewardship Network supported many of the best management practices on the Cooper's Hawk Vineyard Farm, and we are most pleased to recognize them with the Conservation Farm Award.
Hello to all the folks at ERCA. This is Tom O'Brien. I am the founder and president of Cooper's Hawk Vineyards Winery, also called CHV Winery, and our farm. And I am really proud, and so is everybody here at Cooper's Hawk, for winning the Farm Conservation Award. When I was first approached by Tim, I was totally taken aback. We take conservation very seriously here because it's part of what we all believe in, and we grow things from the earth, and we take care of the earth. And I have planted over 7,000 trees, largely even due to ERCA back in 2007 and 2008. We've been here for almost 15 years now. So I just want to pay homage to the work that ERCA does, and also the Farm Association. And I'm very, very proud to have won this Farm Award, as are my partners, my family, and everybody that works here at Cooper's Hawk Vineyards, including all the critters that we take care of out here. There's a lot out here, and whatever we do, we never harm anything that we find on the property and try to give it a better home and take care of it. Have a wonderful meeting, and again, thank you so very, very much.
Cara Braun is currently in her 4th year at Leamington District Secondary School. Already a valuable member of the ECO team, she has recently been elected as the Minister of the Environment on Student Parliament. She has also worked in the Resource Conservation Department at Point Pelee National Park. Last year, Cara became a founding member of the Windsor-Essex Youth Climate Council as a strong advocate for collaborative climate action. During her first 3 years on the LDSS Eco team, Cara participated regularly in community stewardship efforts. She is an active member of ERCA's How To Crew team. She's participated in many beach cleanups and organized water testing activities and virtual environmental education programs with her Eco teammates. Cara was instrumental in completing the administration required for LDSS to retain their Eco School Platinum certification status. She also organized a safe and effective school strike for climate action and collaborated with other Eco team leaders to deliver a climate action workshop for students from across Canada at the Windsor Law Cities and Climate Action Youth Climate Forum. Despite the challenges presented to the students by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Cara continued to hold weekly Eco team meetings virtually. She kept members engaged in environmental activities like the Ontario Envirothon, which improved student mental well-being at a time when many young people were suffering from isolation and anxiety. Cara is also enrolled in the Environmental Specialist High Skills Major program for students intending to pursue a career in this sector. She has completed numerous environmental certifications and a co-op placement with ERCA to raise awareness about climate change. She is currently spearheading an ambitious initiative to develop interactive lessons that will integrate climate education into all subject areas. She ultimately hopes to share these lessons broadly across the boards of education. Cara effortlessly balances academic excellence with athletics, volunteerism, and community leaderships. She has a powerful voice in advocating for environmental sustainability in her school and community, and we are honored to present her with the Youth Conservation Award.
Hi everyone! I am so honored to accept this year's Youth Conservation Award. I've always been passionate about the environment, and in the past year I've been fortunate to have had so many chances to participate in local conservation efforts. I'm really grateful for all of these opportunities and for everybody that I've been able to work with and learn from. Any sort of environmental action, at least for me, can be difficult and overwhelming at times, so all the support I've received has really meant a lot. And of course, shout out to the Essex Region Conservation Authority for all the amazing work you do for conservation in our local community. This is such an unexpected honor. Thank you so much.
The Healthy Headwaters Lab has a single mission: to restore freshwater ecosystems to full health and vitality for the benefit of future generations. This lab is spearheaded by Dr. Catherine Febria, who is the Canadian Research Chair in Freshwater Restoration Ecology at the Great Lakes Institute for Environmental Research at the University of Windsor. This is one of many hats that she wears. The lab conducts research in Canada, the United States, and New Zealand, focusing on a variety of headwater ecosystems such as drains, wetlands, streams, and interfaces between surface and groundwater. These incredible places are among those most threatened by human actions, conflicting legal protections, and climate change. The lab team is comprised of undergraduate and graduate students and partners representing departments and institutions at a variety of universities, as well as industry, non-governmental and government organizations, practitioner groups, Indigenous communities, farmers, and others. They work closely with communities and decision makers to drive truly impactful science and are committed to inclusion, diversity, kindness, and curiosity. Locally, the Healthy Headwaters Lab has begun research on a farm in Essex, testing a variety of farming techniques such as planting cover crops, harvesting methods, and soil amendments and their benefit to ecosystem health. Another study aims to advance science knowledge on human-impacted streams by addressing changes in organic matter and carbon dynamics. 2 Essex County wetlands were also research sites for the lab, focusing on wetlands and their role as carbon sinks. Further, the Healthy Headwaters Lab is undertaking multiple projects to investigate the ecology of invasive Phragmites to better understand management options available. Other projects include research on lower Great Lakes mussel species at risk, understanding the relationship between soil and freshwater cycling in agricultural settings, and studying benthic macroinvertebrate communities across watersheds. The Indigenous Knowledge Circle aims to build capacity in the next generation of Indigenous scientists. Indigenous peoples are historically underrepresented in higher education, and the Healthy Headwaters Lab is committed to closing that gap. The Indigenous Allyship Program was launched in 2019 and renamed Odayamin Indigenous Knowledge Circle in 2021. The Traditional Ecological Knowledge course was co-developed with Walpole Island First Nation to introduce students to different ways of knowing and to present Indigenous environmental perspectives. The Healthy Headwaters Lab effectively demonstrates the importance of aligning values of science, society, and holistic restoration through its partnerships, research, Indigenous collaborations, and role in the local community. Those involved gain valuable experience in using multiple scientific approaches to real-world challenges while working towards reconciliation with Indigenous people, and we are most pleased to honor them with the Conservation Award for Education.
Hello, I'm Catherine Fabria, and on behalf of the Healthy Headwaters Lab, I wanted to thank you so much for this recognition of the Education Award by ERCA. This is very much a team effort, and so I wanted to acknowledge all of these people on the screen and those behind the scenes that have worked with us to help achieve our mission of using science to reconnect and connect land, water, and people. In that thank you, we want to extend our thanks to the communities that have welcomed us, the farming communities from here, as well as at the Kajranong and in particular in Ndawabjig, many partners, including ERCA, the City of Windsor, people and groups at the University of Windsor. And we hope that for those that are just learning about our group, that you join us in this journey to try and use science to help restore our freshwater ecosystems for the benefit of future generations. So on behalf of everybody, thank you very much.
Miigwech!
Sumit Air, a resident of Windsor, has been diligently improving ecosystems for more than 30 years, beginning during his university studies in India. As his family grew, so too did his commitment to the environment, and for 15 years, Sumit and his family have been improving the environment under the banner Sunanru Green Earth, a combination of the family of four's first names. Together, they have grown and planted thousands of native trees on their personal property and across the region. They compost year-round, removing organic waste from the family's waste stream. They have created a worm factory and a no-till kitchen garden using 100% organic microbial solution to nourish plants and reduce pests. These garden efforts help improve soil health, enhance carbon sequestration, and reduce chemical additives such as herbicides and pesticides. In the summer, they add 8 finch stations around their home and grow sunflowers to provide nectar and pollen for many bee species, butterflies, and other beneficial insects. They are also heavily involved with familial forestry in India, where Sunanru-funded nursery houses 100,000 saplings at any time to be given free to local farmers. Sunanru Green Earth have participated in shoreline and tributary litter cleanups and have volunteered at various tree planting events hosted by ERCA. They also organize community tree planting events at the Sunanru farm to celebrate Canada Day, family birthdays, anniversaries, and to honor loved ones. They collect local tree seed and share it with others who wish to plant trees to improve the local forest ecosystem. They also hope to establish the Sunanru Daytona Lot, a pollinator garden to improve biodiversity in the city of Windsor. Sumit personally is active on the green team at his work and has organized plant exchange days with work colleagues. Sunanru Green Earth's environmental efforts are improving biodiversity across the Windsor-Essex landscape and positively influencing others to participate in stewardship initiatives. They lead by example, share stories, and promote sustainability broadly through social media. Sunanru is truly making a leadership effort to preserve our environment for future generations, and we are pleased to present them with the Conservation Volunteer Award.
Hello. This is Sumit. I am one of the 4 members of our home-based organization, Sunanru. We are grateful to receive the 2021 Volunteer Conservation Award from ERCA. Sunanru is a combination of the first 2 letters taken from the first name of our family members, Sumit, my wife Navjeet, and our kids, Anish and Rubina. We believe that community engagement is vital in the ecological restoration process. In the past year, we have planted trees at our farm in Kingsville, participated in neighborhood cleanups, and volunteered with ERCA. Within our own family and friends, we celebrate birthdays and anniversaries by planting local, non-invasive species of trees such as maples, oaks, and cedars. We also focus at the international level and have formed strong connections with environmentalists in India, such as Dr. Shyamsundar Jani. He is pioneer of the familial forestry concept. We recently established a nursery of Prosopis cineraria, a local tree in Rajasthan, so that the members of the community can take saplings free of cost. The prestigious award from ERCA will help us grow our mission in 2022. Under the guidance of this organization, we hope to strengthen our grassroots activities at the local and international level. Thank you for your support.
Bill Roesel is the retired manager of forestry and horticulture with the City of Windsor and currently serves as the president of the Friends of Ojibwe Prairie. He is well known locally as a skilled naturalist and expert on all things forestry. Through his career, he supported countless efforts to protect, enhance, and restore many properties by engaging with many partners. Bill has attended countless open houses and meetings concerning environmental issues with regards to urban forestry, particularly in the Little River and Detroit River watersheds. Bill is an effective organizer and communicator. He always listens to people's points of view in a professional manner. His ability to connect people to the great outdoors continues even after his retirement. Bill has had a positive impact on local teachers who have called on his expertise to support their environmental lessons in the classroom. He has visited local secondary schools to coach students on tree species, how to measure their growth, and other hands-on work related to urban forestry. He has never hesitated to share his expertise or time. Bill helped elementary and secondary school children, their parents, and grandparents plant trees and shrubs in the Little River Corridor Park. Bill also helped to organize many tree plantings to celebrate Earth Day. The members of the Little River Enhancement Group and the Detroit River Canadian Cleanup Public Advisory Council are extremely indebted to Bill for his time, effort, and expertise that has gone into improving the ecosystem health of the Little River and Detroit River watersheds. The Friends of Ojibwe Prairie is a volunteer organization dedicated to promoting public awareness of the Ojibwe Prairie Complex and its unique biological and historical importance. The Friends work closely with the City of Windsor and Ontario Parks to provide assistance with educational programs, special events, and restoration projects. In his role, Bill connects residents to the special ecosystem with tree identification walks to discuss urban forestry and local environmental issues and encourage climate action. Bill is also engaged in the effort to declare Ojibwe Prairie Complex as a national urban park. Over the course of many decades, Bill has taken leadership by doing and also by instilling stewardship, love, and respect of local natural heritage to so many. Bill, thank you for devoting your life's work to the environment, and we are honored to present you with the Award for Individual Environmental Achievement.
Hello everyone. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the Essex Region Conservation Authority and those who nominated me for this honor. When I moved down to this region in 1992, it seemed a little strange that a forester would be moving to an area with such little forest cover. But I quickly learned that there was a number of individuals, organizations, and environmental groups that were interested in protection and preservation of our natural areas. Groups like the Essex Region Conservation Authority, Scouts Canada, Girl Guides, Little River Enhancement Group, and all the school boards were quick to participate in any projects that they became available. These projects would never be successful without the participation of these individuals, groups, and organizations. Over the past 20 to 25 years, there's been a real increase in the acquisition, preservation, and restoration of natural areas in the region. Let's hope this trend continues as we move forward. Once again, I thank you very much for this award. I'm truly honored. Have a great winter.
Enbridge Gas is Canada's largest natural gas storage, transmission, and distribution company, based in Ontario with more than 170 years of service to customers. It provides safe, affordable, reliable energy to about 3.8 million homes, businesses, and industries, and is leading the transition to a clean energy future through net zero emission targets and investments in innovative, low-carbon energy solutions. Enbridge Gas has a long history of supporting conservation in the Essex region and beyond. For more than a decade, Enbridge has been supporting various conservation education programs and has recently made a 5-year commitment as a partner in sustainability to inspire future conservationists and eco-stewards. Enbridge also created a new wetland adjacent to Holiday Beach Conservation Area and built a natural playground to ensure kids can stimulate their imaginations while connecting with nature. As a 3-year gold sponsor of the Essex Region Conservation Foundation's signature fundraising events, Enbridge Gas's $30,000 investment resulted in over $214,000 raised for conservation efforts. This year, Enbridge Gas replaced a 64-kilometer pipeline to ensure the continuity of reliable distribution. This project was undertaken with extreme attention to detail and duty of care to not disturb hazard or heritage areas. In April, Enbridge Gas contributed $50,000 to Forest Ontario on behalf of its new employee-led initiative, the Local Environmental Action Fellowship, with the apt acronym of LEAF. This contribution allowed over 6,250 trees to be planted in 4 areas of Ontario and reduced the utility's carbon footprint by almost 300,000 pounds of carbon dioxide, while supporting environmental stewardship, conservation, and habitat remediation in local communities. In addition, Enbridge Gas contributed nearly $60,000 to the Essex Region Conservation Authority to plant over 11,000 trees locally in the Kingsville area. Over the past 18 months, representatives from Enbridge have been key contributors to the Essex County Regional Energy Plan as members of the Community Task Force and Project Work Team. A leading North American energy delivery company, Enbridge is definitely walking the talk and has committed to net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. There's no question that Enbridge has a long and diverse history to contributing to conservation excellence in the Windsor-Essex region and beyond, and it is our honor to present them with the Conservation Award for Environmental Achievement.
Good day. My name is Brian Chauvin, and I'm the Manager of Operations in the Southwest region for Enbridge Gas. I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of our leaders, colleagues, and partners whose ongoing commitment to environmental stewardship enables us to deliver the energy people need sustainably while investing in the transition to a low-carbon energy future. We hold the commitment to our customers, communities, and the environment in the highest regard, and we aim to demonstrate that in all that we do. Throughout the Windsor Pipeline Replacement Project, Enbridge Gas, along with its primary contracting partner, not only demonstrated an extraordinary duty of care towards the environment, but also fundraised over $30,000 for local organizations. Additionally, last year, on Earth Day, we launched the Enbridge Local Environmental Action Fellowship, or LEAF program, through which we have committed to plant approximately 1 tree for every new customer. Since then, we've already planted more than 6,000 trees in areas where we have recently expanded our service. Further, our sponsorship of Forest Ontario's program, Envirothon Ontario, helps to immerse kids in nature-based learning and reconnects them to the natural world. We also support reconciliation community tree planting events, enabling a platform for Indigenous communities to share their stories and highlight their intersection with ecological restoration. We are honored to have been the gold sponsor for ECRF's Place for Life campaign and deeply appreciate the opportunity to participate on the Essex County Regional Energy Plan Community Task Force. Enbridge Gas is committed to protecting the environment, leading the transition to a low-carbon energy future and targeting net zero emissions by 2050 in our own operations and 35% by 2030. I have no doubt that through ongoing collaboration and innovation with incredible partners such as the Essex Region Conservation Authority, we can achieve our collective goals to a greener future. Thank you.
The Dennis Chase Staff Award honors longtime staff member Dennis Chase and recognizes those who demonstrate the traits that Dennis upheld: dedication, commitment, conscientiousness, kindness to colleagues, enthusiasm, pride in a job well done, and good humor. This year's recipient is Aaron Zimmer. Aaron is ERCA's multimedia specialist and approaches each project with creativity, positivity, and enthusiasm. He collaborates with staff across the organization to ensure that all stakeholder-facing materials are presented with professionalism and polish. Aaron maintains our brand standards and has a critically important role in helping to communicate the science-based conservation works we do in an engaging and understandable manner. Regardless of how many times revisions are requested to a video, presentation, report, or product, Aaron approaches the task keenly and with a genuine desire for excellence. His flexibility to jump in and fulfill whatever role is needed is always appreciated by his entire team. In his personal life, Aaron enjoys acting, singing, performing musical instruments, and fitness training, and he brings these many talents into his role with ERCA, adding new dimensions to the work he produces. Here are just a few things that his colleagues had to say. Aaron continually rises to whatever challenge is presented to him. I am continually impressed by the professionalism of his work and enjoy working with him given his optimistic and friendly attitude. The thoughtfulness he puts into all of his work speaks for itself. He has helped to design so many amazing materials to tell the stories about our programs. He makes the hard stuff fun and is always cheery and willing to share insight on life and the environment. He is an invaluable member of the team. Aaron has infused ERCA with his fresh ideas and eager attitude. He is always quick to encourage and build up his colleagues and willing to share his talents to brighten any occasion, from encouraging proper use of our trails and promoting awareness of source water protection to bidding adieu to a respected colleague with a rousing song. We ERCOids are a lucky bunch to have Aaron to keep us smiling. If ERCA had a bard, it would be Aaron. He brings art, song, and joy into his work. He brings light, laughter, and sunshine into ours. Aaron is a skilled multimedia professional, but far more importantly in today's workplace, he is the consummate colleague, showing friendship, support, and genuine interest in his colleagues and their work. Kindness, creative candor, and patience with pioneers, and perhaps most importantly, being his uniquely wonderful artistic self every day. In the words of the original bard William Shakespeare, Aaron, good sir, thy friendship makes us fresh. For these reasons and more, it is an honor to recognize Aaron Zimmer with the Dennis Chase Staff Award.
That was a lot of praise. It's a little overwhelming, actually. The last 2 years have been hard, right? But the fact of the matter is that even when things are easy, we human beings, we're really good at finding the terribleness about life. And there are some people on this planet for whom their jobs or their lives are legitimately terrible. And I feel like a lot of us are really, really, really lucky and blessed that we're not in that position. And because of that, I feel like the joy and the meaning in our lives is at hand if we can just reach out and find it. And, just like the trees that we work so hard to conserve and protect that wither and grow stuntedly without the rain, we as human beings, we wither and grow stuntedly a little bit without refreshing ourselves with that perspective and connection and joy and meaning and spreading that around a little bit. And, and on top of that, working for ERCA, I feel incredibly lucky that I work for a job and I work with people who already care to a greater or lesser degree about what we are doing. So right from the get-go, even when things feel difficult, or even when they are difficult, there's that thing that we share that is a touchstone. And that's the choice that we have, to either let it feel terrible or not. And given the choice, what choice do we make? And Dennis, I never got the chance to meet him, but by all accounts, he's shown that light and he walked that, and it's incredibly humbling. Like I say, it's overwhelming a little bit to be counted among that. And thank you.